going on, y'all? Welcome back to the chaos. I'm Ryan, and we're actually gonna be tackling a project that I've kind of teetered on the fence whether I want to do it, didn't want to do it, but I picked up a Carter Customs rear diffuser, beautiful piece. They're actually local to Raleigh, so I seen their work at Mustang Week. That's kind of got where my wheels were turning on whether I wanted to do the mod or not. And the more pictures I look at on Instagram, the more I think I like it. So what better way to try it than just throw it in the car? So I've got my 2000, this works for any new edge Mustang, but we're gonna be installing the diffuser today. It comes with everything needed, all the hardware, so all you need is a drill, and then you're pretty much set. The only scary portion of this install, because it should be relatively straightforward and easy, the only scary part is you have to drill, like there's the gas tank cover, not the gas tank itself. So there's about an inch space between the gas tank cover protecting the tank, but you have to drill through that cover. So obviously if you go too far, you're gonna hit your gas tank and have gas everywhere. So we don't want that. We don't want to burn the Chaos Garage down. So we're gonna be very careful on that aspect. But first things first, we need to get the car in the air and then we can start working. Now that we get the car up in the air, I'm gonna leave it on the jack stands, but then I'm gonna try my best, just for extra safety, I'm gonna try to leave it sitting on the pumpkin, like the jack itself, sitting on the pumpkin. If it gets in the way, we'll have to move it, but I'm gonna try to finagle around it, so we'll see how that goes. But first, what we're gonna do is just kinda put the diffuser up there and just kinda test fit it, and then mark a hole for where we actually have to drill into the gas cover. So on the gas cover itself, which I'll show you here in a minute, there's actually like these little slots, which is very like genius on how they're like utilizing those slots for this system. So there's minimal, like it's minimally invasive as far as like drilling holes in your car, that kind of thing. You gotta put, I think it's four screws through your bumper cover, but again, that's tucked up underneath so you won't really see it. And then just utilizing 2 of the pre-existing slots from this gas cover. It comes with 2 of these little clips, and you'll notice there's this little nubbin on the one side. So there's those slots in the gas tank, so you'll just kind of slide it in straight like that. So your nub will be pointing up, and then that way when you thread your basically screw in there, your bolt, it'll lock into there and it won't go anywhere. So it utilizes these slots to where this will slide in there, that clip slides in there. Probably easier said than done. It wanted me to test fit it first, but I'm thinking I can kind of just see how far this is gonna line up, how far it'll push up in here, and then go from there. It actually does come with instructions, and it does want me to test fit it first and then mark my hole that way. I'm thinking I'm gonna do that anyway just to see, but I'm thinking you can just take these little clips, kind of slide them into that slot, or just kind of naturally see where you're gonna need to drill your hole, and then mark it that way without actually having to finagle with getting the diffuser in place and battling the heaviness of that, because it's got some beef to it. So I'd rather finagle with these clips first, because that's where this is where it's going through. So I think I'm gonna go that approach. So we did the test fitting, and you can kind of see like my mark right here. Well, what I'm thinking the problem is gonna be is once you slide this clip in, and obviously I have it upside down right now, but the mark that I made, if I drill a hole right there, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but like I feel like it's gonna come up short. So what I think I'm gonna actually do is from like where this mark is, I'm gonna come just a little bit in front of that, because obviously when you slide that clip in there, you want it to be able to screw through here to secure it. So I think I'm gonna bring in my hole a little bit. So even though the mark's here, I'm gonna come in just a smidge, kind of do it at the base of this mark. So here comes the scary part. Got the drill out, and it's the outermost slots, because there's 4 slots on that gas tank cover. So obviously if you do your test fitting and everything, you'll see, but it's the outer 2 slots closest like to the tires. But here goes nothing. We're gonna be very careful. It's a 3/8 inch drill bit, and I'm just gonna be kind of slow and steady. So that way, I mean, it's just plastic, so it shouldn't take much to burn through. So I got to be a little bit of a chicken. I started without any protection, but I ended up, if anything, I'm gonna sacrifice a file, because you can actually just shove that in there, so that way if the drill penetrates too far, it'll hit the file and save your gas tank. So kind of maybe like a little tip. I don't know, I just kind of came up with it, but that'll save my butt, and that way I don't have to worry about it. A gas tank leaking and exploding out here. So, but was able to get through. It's a lot harder than I actually thought it was gonna be. I figured, you know, plastic should just chew through really quickly, but it took a little muscle more than I thought it would. But one hole down, on to the next side. I have both holes drilled on each side. Can't say they're exactly level. That didn't work out as I hoped, but hopefully it's enough to get, I'm gonna try to push those clips in. So that's gonna be a little interesting just because it's really tight with those slots. So we'll try to have to like pry up on it, hammer it in a little bit. But if I can get those clips to line up with the hole, that's the whole goal. So let's see if we can get those clips in there. I'm not gonna lie to you, that ain't fun, but once you actually get like because the plastic is pliable, so I tried a screwdriver to begin with, that didn't work. So that same file that kind of was our protective solution from punching the gas tank, I used that, shoved it in there, and was able to just get enough prying behind it to be able to slide that little clip in. So hopefully our holes line up. It seems like it does. So now I got to do the other side, get that clip in, and then we'll be a moment of truth to see if everything lines up like it should. Big moment of truth. We'll grab the diffuser and the supplied hardware. It's just 2 of these little bolts with a couple washers, and slide it into place and hope for the best. Well, at this point it's on. Haven't actually even really taken a step back to look at it yet, but whoever invented like those little like hex head screws, I hate it. Those are the worst. So, cause like, I don't know, if you could at least get like a bolt up there and put a ratchet on it, you'd be good to go. It'd be a whole lot easier, but trying to turn those just little hex head bits are just the pain in the butt. So it's on there now. It's actually very sturdy, even without like doing the bumper attachment, but still, just for extra measure, going to tap those holes into the bumper cover. Let's do that first, and then we'll get our full look at it. So where I'm gonna mark and drill my holes, so the kind of diffuser kind of lays in between these tabs. So I'm gonna put a pilot hole here, here, there, and then on the far end. So 4 total, but in between those tabs. So going through the bumper cover and into the diffuser itself. First impressions, I think I like it. It's subtle enough that it's not like an eyesore where it's like really, you know, standoffish, really drawing too much attention to the back, but it does a good job of hiding the gas tank itself, or that gas tank cover, which I always hated. Looked ugly just hanging out from underneath the car. So it hides that, but then also, like I got the iBox sway bar, and it's like bright red, so it doesn't really match anything on the rest of the car, so it stands out like a sore thumb. So I think it's gonna hide a little bit of that too. So let's get it on the ground, but I think I'm so far so good. Yeah, now that we got it out of the garage, took it down the road, because what better way to test new parts installed than a little test drive. But held on well. I mean, it's secure. I didn't think it was gonna go anywhere, but mainly just wanted to get out of the garage, out of the clutter, just to see like what it would look like outside. And man, I love it. It's just a little difficult to show off something that sits so low to the ground, but that's the beauty of it. It's so subtle. That's why I love it so much, because I just didn't want to like throw parts at the car just for some mod to do. Like I want it to all flow and look good. And I was kind of concerned since we got like the black panel back there, but I think it all flows nicely. Like it's not overpowering and just perfect. So easy install. I appreciate Slam's help. I would say allow yourself maybe about 2 hours, just because little things, getting that clip to line up correctly, just little nuances like that is what makes it take so long. But I appreciate everybody watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you in the next one.